Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Happy Meadow Tales. I'm your host, Steve Kitts. The Great Bunny Garden Bash. In the heart of Happy Meadow, where the grass shimmered like emerald waves, and the air hummed with honeybees' songs, Robby the Rabbit's burrow was the coziest spot around. Robby, with his bouncing hops and his floppy ears, was known for his adventures with his best pal, Benny the Squirrel. But today wasn't just about far-off quests. It was about family, food, and the magic of the meadow. Mama Bunny's burrow was bustling. Her garden and patchwork carrots and lettuce and plump radishes was the pride of the meadow. Robby's brothers and sisters, Daisy, Blossom, Trips, Scout, Doomsy, and Whiskers, had all hopped home for one of Mama's famous home-cooked meals. Papa Bunny was away for work, as he often was, tending to distant meadows, but Mama's warmth filled the burrow to the brim. As the sun peeked over the hill, Robby bounced into the kitchen, where Mama was stirring clover soup. "Smells amazing, Mama," he said. His nose was twitching. "Thank you, Robby," Mama said with a smile. "But the garden looks a bit wild today. I was hoping that you and your siblings could help me tidy it up before we eat." Robby's ears perked. "A garden project? That sounds fun!" The siblings gathered outside, each as different as the flowers in Mama's pots. Daisy, with her neat fur and love for order, was already eyeing the overgrown lettuce. Blossom, dreamy and humming a tune, twirled like a daffodil. Trips, with his super long ears dragging comically behind him, tripped over a root and then giggled. Scout, always chatting about his best friend Max the Mouse, scanned the garden for tiny treasures. Doomsy, trembling with every rustle, whispered, What if there's a hawk hiding near the carrots?" Whisker, quiet and thoughtful, nibbled on a blade of grass, lost in his own world. "Let's make this a game!" Robby clapped his paw. "We'll each pick out a job and turn Mama's garden into the best in Happy Meadow by lunchtime." Daisy nodded. "I'll organize the rows. Those lettuce are a mess." Blossom spun around. "I'll pick flowers for the table. They'll look so pretty." Trips flopped his ears. "I'll pull carrots if I don't get tangled up in them." Scout scampered forward. "I'll check for weeds. Max says I've got a good eye for sneaky ones." Doomsy squeaked, "Hey, I'll watch out for danger, like ants or breeze or anything harmful." Whiskers looked up softly and said, "I'll water the radishes. They're looking thirsty." Mama chuckled at the burrow door. "That's the spirit, guys. I'll have the soup and biscuits ready when you're done." The garden was buzzing with bunny energy. Robby grabbed a rake and started smoothing the soil, humming a tune. Daisy darted about, straightening lettuce heads like a general arranged troops. Left, right, perfect," she muttered proudly. Blossom floated from flower to flower, gathering daisies and clovers and all sorts of colorful flowers. "This one's for Mama," she sang, tucking a bloom behind her ear. Trips, true to his word, kept tripping over his ears as he yanked up carrots. "Whoops!" he laughed, tumbling over a dirt pile. Robby hopped over to help, pulling him up. "Maybe tie those ears back, Trips." Scout zipped between the rows, tugging at weeds with glee. "Max would love this one. It's got curly roots," he said, holding up a weed like it was a trophy. Doomsy perched on a rock nearby. His eyes were wide. Hey, did you guys hear that? It sounded like, leaves falling." Robby patted his back. "That's just the wind, Doomsy. You're a great lookout." Whiskers moved slowly, watering radishes with care, whispering to each plant as if he was sharing a secret. The garden sparkled under his gentle touch. But then trouble sprouted. Daisy squealed. "Oh no! The lettuce patch is wilting. There's too much sun." Blossom, distracted by her flowers, had piled them up too high, blocking Whisper's watering path. Trip's carrots were scattered everywhere, and one of his ears was stuck in a rabbit hole. Scout had dug up the weed so big that it tumbled into the radish row, and Doomsy was hiding under the cabbage leaves, muttering something about giant bug invasions. Robby scratched his head. What a mess! We're supposed to be making Mama's garden better, not worse. Mama poked out her head, her apron dusty with flour.
Is everything okay, my little bunnies?
Robby sighed. We're trying, Mama, but everything's going all wonky. Mama's eyes twinkled.
A garden is like a family. Sometimes it gets messy, but if you work together, it grows beautifully. Why don't you try teaming up?
Robby's ears shot up. That's it! Let's do it together, like a real bunny bash. The siblings rallied around Robby's idea. Daisy, you're great at planning. Tell us where to start, Robby said. Daisy beamed.
Okay, Robby and Trip fix the carrot pile. Blossom and Whisker water the lettuce together. Scout, help me straighten the radishes. Doomsy, keep an eye out for thirsty plants and not bugs.
They all sprang into action. Robby and Trip sorted the carrots, with Robby tying Trip's ears into a floppy bowl to keep them clear. Much better, Trips giggled, stacking the carrots neatly. Blossom and Whiskers teamed up, Blossom holding the watering can while Whiskers aimed the spout.
Like a dance,
Blossom sang as the lettuce perked up, green and crisp. Scout followed Daisy's lead, carefully replanting the radishes. Max would call us garden champs, Scout chirped, patting the soil. Doomsy, still nervous, hopped between the rows, pointing out dry spots here and there.
That lettuce needs water, and that carrot over there,
he squeaked, surprising himself with his bravery. As the sun climbed higher, the garden transformed. The lettuce stood tall, carrots gleamed orange, and the radishes glowed like rubies. Blossom's flowers adorned a little table that Whiskers had set up, and even Doomsy smiled, no longer checking for imaginary hawks. Just then, a familiar caw sounded overhead. Carrie Ann the crow swooped down, followed by Benny the squirrel, who had heard the bunnies were gathering. Wow, Benny said, scampering over. This garden is a masterpiece. Carrie Ann nodded.
It's the prettiest garden in Happy Meadow. What's the occasion?
Oh, Mama's cooking a big meal, Robby said proudly, and we're helping to make it special. Mama stepped out with her apron swapped for a sunning hat.
My bunnies, you've outdone yourself. The garden's perfect, and lunch is ready.
The burrow was warm and cozy as the siblings crowded all around the table. Mama served steaming clover soup, fluffy biscuits, and salad fresh from the garden. Benny the squirrel and Carrie Ann the crow joined in, nibbling happily. Daisy raised a carrot stick.
To Mama's garden, and for us working together.
Blossom giggled.
And to the flowers making everything pretty.
Trips, his ears untied and flopping about, added, and not getting stuck. Scout grinned. I love salads. Doomsy, munching bravely, whispered,
and there's no hawks in here.
Whiskers smiled softly.
I love my family.
Robby clinked his biscuit against Mama's bowl and said, this was the best bunny dash ever. As laughter filled the burrow, Mama's eyes shone.
I'm so proud of you all. Even with Papa away, you make our home full of love.
That evening, as the fireflies twinkled outside, the siblings sprawled on the grass, full and happy. Robby looked at his brothers and sisters, each so different, yet so perfect. We should do this more often, Robby said.
Definitely,
Daisy said.
But next time, I'd like to be in charge of the carrots. Only if I can pick the flowers,
Blossom teased, and Doomsy yawned. As long as there's no, danger. They all laughed, and the sound drifted across Happy Meadow like a song. The end. As this episode fades away, Robby's voice popped out, warm and cheery. Families are like gardens. Sometimes they get a little messy, but when they work together, they grow into something wonderful. Then Mama Bunny added,
And no matter how far apart you are, love and teamwork keep your home blooming bright.
God bless.